Morning date. Welcome to another edition of Morning Date, where we get to speak with incredible people from all walks of life. I'm incredibly pleased to be able to sit down today with Danny Kim, who's a successful entrepreneur with a gift for envisioning and delivering solutions to the ever-changing problems of IT, and a great passion for education and for inspiring our future innovators, our youth, as we'll see in a non-profit organization he's helped to build from the ground up. 다음 주 7월 10일은요, 우리 정보 보호의 날인데요. 다니 킴 씨는 코넬 대학교를 다니면서 동기들과 함께 미국의 FullArmor Corporation이라는 사이버 보안 회사를 설립했고요. 500만 명이 넘는 유저들과 함께 몇 천이 넘는 기관들이 또 이렇게 FullArmor 테크놀로지를 사용하고 있습니다. 성공적인 창업 그리고 사이버 보안에 대한 전문가의 노하우, 여러 가지 주제에 대해서 오늘 얘기를 나눠볼게요. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you say hi to our listeners?
Hello. I'm so happy to be here and so excited to be on this program.
Well, it's wonderful to have you here. If you could briefly give an introduction of yourself, although I have tried to, do that myself here, but in your own words, perhaps?
Sure. I could probably describe myself as a serial entrepreneur.
A serial entrepreneur.
Serial means I can't stop. I have to keep going. Because an entrepreneur means somebody who starts new things.
네.
And so the goal is to continue to start new things. And I think there's this culture of entrepreneurship, obviously in Silicon Valley, that has made it so successful. And if you see the difference between people in the Silicon Valley and other places, there's this sense of innovation, wanting to try and start new things, take risks.
Yeah.
And so that's the best description of me, both not just in the business realm, because obviously I started a company. It's now, I started in college with my college roommates.
Which is what a lot of people do at Silicon Valley, actually.
Exactly. It is actually even before that now. Actually, kids are starting at high school level, which is an interesting thing because the culture is there, and so I've been lucky enough to find great partners, and so I've been running this company for 32 years now.
Wow.
Which
incredible.
Which in itself is a miracle.
Yeah.
But what
I don't know about miracle, but it's just incredible.
Incredible. Yes. And what it is once you have that entrepreneurial skill set, it can be applied to so many things. And so my second calling has been, as you introduced, is applying those entrepreneurial skills in education.
Right.
And so I've been going in and helping schools transform and become more innovative.
I love that you find this link between one field and then you go to another, and it's all linked together, really, isn't it?
It is, because it's the same skill set. I think that's where learning the entrepreneurial way of doing things can be applied to so many things, and not just business or education. It could be in medicine, it could be in law, it could be in any situation that you put yourself in.
네, 그 실리콘밸리의 패션이 지금 말씀하시는 데에서도 좀 묻어나는 것 같습니다. 본인을 한마디로 요약하자면 serial entrepreneur다, 연쇄 창업가다, 이렇게 말씀을 하셨어요. 너무 재밌는 표현인데요. 그만큼 뭔가 창업하는 것에 대한 열정과 그런 마음이 오랫동안 수십 년간 이어져 왔다라는 말씀을 해주셨는데, 그러면은 그 몇 가지를 한번 보도록 하겠습니다. First of all, what brought you to Korea?
Well, I was invited to speak and meet with several schools and even churches on how to adopt these innovative, transformative programs. And so I was here to introduce that to Korea. And of course, I miss Korean food since I'm Korean.
Yeah.
And
You've been away for a long time, haven't you?
Yes, I went to the US when I was 6. I've come back once in a while since then, but you just can't get the same type of food unless you come to Korea. So that in itself was a big treat.
어렸을 때 서울에서 태어나셨었지만, 근데 아주 어릴 때 미국으로 건너가셔서 그 이후로는 이제 쭉 미국에서 자라셨고요. 이제 간간히 오시면서 한국 음식도 드시기도 하지만 사실 이제 강연을 많이 하십니다. 그 중에 하나가 지금 말씀하신 어떻게 이런 innovative, 좀 혁신적인 공부라든지 분야를 여러 곳에서 적용을 할 수 있을까? 그 중에서 하나가 이제 학교 얘기를 잠깐 해주셨는데요. We'll talk about how you apply this to schools in just a short while. But why don't you tell us about your company?
So FullArmor was this company I started in college with my college roommates. Sometimes that's the best time to start something because you have no pressure. You
no
have
responsibility.
No responsibility. Well, you have to study.
Well, I mean,
However, apart from that, you don't have to go out and make a living, and so there's less pressure, and so you can be creative and innovative, and that's essentially what we did.
Right.
My partners and I, we started this company, and we decided let's do a security company. Now, back 30 years ago, it was DOS operating system and Windows 1.0.
You were thinking security back
We were
then, though.
thinking security.
You were really ahead of your time, weren't you?
Totally ahead of our time.
Did people say you were crazy, or is that just acceptable at Silicon Valley?
No, I've been told I'm crazy since then and still today. And
That's a good sign, I think. A lot of
think
Silicon
that's a
Valley
great
people
sign.
say that. People think I'm crazy, and I love that. I'm going to prove them wrong.
Exactly. I think if you're not being told you're crazy, you're not pushing yourself far enough.
30여 년 전에요. 대학생 시절이었을 당시에 우리가 뭔가 보안과 관련된 회사를 차려보자라고 친구들과 얘기를 했습니다. 여러분 30년 전에 컴퓨터가 요즘처럼 발달되지도 않았는데 보안 생각을 했다는 게 굉장히 앞서가서 그 당시에 사람들이 너 미쳤냐? 이게 뭐냐? 이거 도대체 무슨 보안이냐? 그랬었지만 역시 잘 가신 것 같습니다. And that was how everything sort of began, right?
Yes. We decided to create a security product that locked down files and directories on PCs and whatnot. And then our first major customer was Walmart.
Wow.
The largest retailer in the world called us. And
they called you?
They called us because they saw our box product on the shelves. And these are the times, these are defining moments in any startup where you get a call or you get that break. And this is where you make it or break it, right? You either go all out and you deliver, or you miss the opportunity. And Walmart called us and said, "Hey, we saw your product on the shelves.
Right.
We'd like you to create a product to protect all of our computers in every store in Walmart around the world."
How did you feel when you heard that?
Oh my goodness! This is we were in the basement of our parents' house, working away, making nothing, and to have Walmart call you and say that was just such a phenomenal experience. This is what an entrepreneur lives for, right?
Sure.
And that's what drives you as an entrepreneur to keep going and motivated to keep going because you can get to this opportunity. And it wasn't easy because then they told us, can you create a completely separate new product for us to secure our PCs? And so, oh my goodness, I worked nights, weekends, day, night. I was actually working at a day job at another company while I'm doing this. And so I'm working evenings.
Things you can do when you're young.
Yes. No sleep, no food.
Sure.
But that's what you need to do as an entrepreneur is you have to satisfy and make sure every customer you get initially is completely happy.
네, 정말 어떤 창업가의 마인드가 굉장히 강하게 옛날부터 있으셨네요. 그래서 이 보안 시스템에 대한 모델을 만들고 친구들과 여러 가지 얘기를 하면서 이제 홍보를 하기 시작했는데 그 중에서 정말 대형 고객인 월마트가 연락을 해서 우리 매장들에다가 이 보안 시스템을 한번 써보자라고 제안을 한 거고 이제 그 후 이제 점점 더 많이 성장을 한 회사가 FullArmor Corporation이 되겠습니다. And where does this company stand today? Where do you stand in the company?
So we are now at a point where our customers are Walmart, Boeing, Bank of America, the U.S. Air Force, the FBI, the CIA, the White House, the IMF.
Yeah.
I mean, we have gotten that reputation because initially we kept to our principles, we kept to our work ethic, we never compromised.
Well, what was your major as an undergrad?
So I was a computer science major.
Okay.
However, my other two partners was, one partner was actually in the hotel management.
Wow.
So he was marketing. And the other partner was in political science. And he eventually got a law degree. But one of the key aspects of starting a company is I see a lot of people, starting with 3 engineers. And they fail because they don't have the other disciplines.
Right, you need all the different cogs to make the clock work.
Exactly. And so learning how to get and find the right partners, and to be able to develop all the skill sets you need
Right.
or fill the gaps in the skill sets is really key to that success.
전공이 전혀 다른 새 학생이 이제 머리를 맞대고 시작했던 게 FullArmor Corporation 30여 년 전의 얘긴데요. 노래 듣고 와서 얘기를 이어가도록 하겠습니다. We're going to take a song break. This is Uptown Funk, Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars. You're listening to Morning Date, and today I have the pleasure of talking with Danny Kim. He was the co-founder of FullArmor Technology, FullArmor Corporation. 현재 500만 명 이상의 유저들과 수천 개의 기관들이 FullArmor Technology를 사용하고 있는데요. 어떤 그 창업에 대한 얘기를 우리가 노래 듣기 전에 나누고 왔습니다. 본인 스스로는 나는 연쇄 창업가다 라는 말씀을 해주셨어요. 그래서 창업을 오랫동안 계속해서 이어서 해오시는데 Now apart from FullArmor, you're also involved in a program called Quest Institute. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. Quest Institute is a nonprofit education company. But what's different about it is I employ a lot of R&D and engineers and scientists to innovate in education. So we actually created a education program that allows you to do experiments on the International Space Station, which is the only one of its kind. We're about to launch an underwater science platform 20 miles off the coast of Monterey, which is one of only 3 in the world. And so it'll be the only underwater research facility dedicated to education in the world. So the goal was, and this is my second calling, is take all of my entrepreneurial and technology skills that I developed at FullArmor and apply to education to transform the way we inspire and really create curiosity in our children to explore and to learn.
Right, absolutely. 지금 이제 수십 년간 쌓아온 이런 테크 경험들, 그 다음에 창업에 대한 경험들을 접목시켜서 교육에 어떻게 적용할 수 있을까 이 고민을 하다가 퀘스트 인스티튜트라고 하는 이제 비정부 기관 관련된 일을 하게 되셨습니다. 그래서 여기서는 어떤 일을 하냐면은 학교에서 교육을 통해서 혁신을 아이들에게 심어주는 거다. 크게 봤을 때는 그런데 구체적으로 말하자면은 지금 몬터레이 얘기를 해주셨습니다. 거기 또 굉장히 좋은 아쿠아리움도 있고 너무 예쁜 지역인데 거기 해저에 가서 아이들이 어떤 뭐 혁신적인 교육, 실험 등등을 할 수 있는 프로그램을 일단 세계 최초로 개설하셨다 그런 것 같고요. 그 다음에는 또 하나는 ISS 세계 그 항공 우주 뭐라 그러죠? International Space System. 네, 거기에 가서 또 직접 가는 것은 아니지만 그걸 활용해서 어떤 또 교육 프로그램을 만들 수 있는 기반을 세우는 그런 역할을 지금 해주고 계십니다. This all sounds so big and vast and really quite, in a way, unrealistic, but it's very real. So tell us about a specific example of a school that's actually been doing this.
So actually, when I created the program, one of my biggest desire was to use it as a way to inspire kids.
Yeah.
And so my first task was to actually go to the most underperforming school in San Jose. And I went to the principal and I asked them, give me your worst students. And so the principal gave me the students that were in their, what they call their firehouse program. These are kids with 4 failing grades or more. They were literally about to drop out of high school. And these are kids with backgrounds from gang members, from broken homes, from poverty. And so there was 14 of them, and I approached them and I asked them, how many of you would like to go to an after-school program? So more school, but the catch was to launch an experiment to the International Space Station.
I love that.
Do you know how many kids signed up?
I have no idea. Out of 14?
All 14.
All 14?
Well, at least for the first day they came.
I suddenly had goosebumps all over there.
So on the first day when they came, I asked each of them, why are you here? I was so curious. And what they told me was heartbreaking because they said things like, you know what, I want to get out of my poverty. I want to stop being told I'm stupid. I want to do something with my life. And so I gave them a promise. I said, you know what, if you come to every class for the next 4 months, I guarantee you you're going to fly an experiment to the International Space Station.
Wow.
Now, to be honest, I didn't believe that fully myself, but I know I had to throw it out there to get them to come. And sure enough, in 4 months, 14 of them signed up. And so I knew that they would be able to do it. And so I gave them a promise. I said, you know what, if you come to every class for the next 4 months, I guarantee you you're going to fly an experiment to the International Space Station. Wow. Now, to be honest, I didn't believe that fully myself, but I know I had to throw it out there Not a single person. Actually, one person missed one class because he was caught buying a handgun for his gang member friends and he was put on house arrest. But he came back the next week.
Oh.
And they finished the program, and in 4 months, they flew an experiment to the International Space Station. They learned how to do electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and the software programming.
Wow.
And in the 4 months, their grades went from 4 Fs, 4 failing grades or more, to A, Bs, and Cs.
Oh my goodness.
And 6 of the 14 were seniors in high school who had no plans of going to college. All 6 are now in college. 3 of them got full scholarships to universities.
This is what making a change for the better is all about.
Totally.
와, 일단은 지금 여러 가지 경험들을 내가 어떻게 학교에 적용시킬까 실험 삼아서 간 학교가 산호세 지역에 있는 가장 점수가 낮은 학교, 그 안에서도 점수가 가장 낮은 학생들 14명을 딱 먼저 추려가지고 학교 교장 선생님한테 말씀을 드려서 가장 점수가 안 좋고 그런 여건의 학생들을 달라. 방과 후 프로그램을 내가 4개월 동안 실시를 하겠다. 이렇게 말씀하셨대요. 그래가지고 이제 14명의 학생들이 거의 뭐 고등학교 다 낙제를 할 정도의 그런 굉장히 안 좋은 성적의 또 환경의 아이들이었는데 모아놓고서는 내가 앞으로 4개월 동안 그 국제우주정거장에 보낼 수 있는 어떤 프로그램을 너희들과 함께 만들어 보고 싶다. 그리고 이를 통해서 우리가 과학도 좀 배우고 이런 좀 특별한 프로그램을 너희들과 하고 싶은데 너희는 어떠니? 라고 이제 물어보셨는데 의외로 전원 14명이 다 좋다고 한 거예요. 그래서 what I find really funny is that you said why? You know, you're the one that asked them to do this in the first place. 먼저 제안을 하신 게 이제 선생님이신데 그런데 오히려 학생들이 다 하겠다 그러니까 아니 왜? 너희 왜 이거 하고 싶은 거야? 라고 이제 또 반문을 하셨대요. 근데 그만큼 학생들이 좀 그런 게 좀 목마르지 않았을까? 그런 기회라든지 굉장히 좋은 기회인데 그런 것 자체가 그동안에 없었던 거죠. 이 학생들한테는. 그래서 이제 4개월이 지나고 정말 이 아이들이 아주 성적도 향상이 되고 과학에 대한 뭐 흥미라든지 이런 것들이 많이 좋아져서 이 중에서 고3이었던 우리 식으로 치면 고3이었던 학생들이 전원 다 대학에 들어가는 기적 같은 일이 생겼다.
And at the end of the 4 months, we had mentors from Cisco Systems that are actually mentoring the kids. And one of the managers who was so impressed with the kids told them at the end of the class, he said, if you go to college, you're guaranteed a job at Cisco.
Oh, wow. That is one big reward, not just for the student, but for you as well, I'm sure.
Oh, to see that type of change, impact that happens, I mean, that's what has fueled and fired my passion for the second aspect of my career is taking all the things I've learned in FullArmor and as an entrepreneur and applying that to education, to transform education. I think that that type of impact is really phenomenal.
Sure. And I can definitely tell through everything you said that this innovation really goes hand in hand with collaboration, as you said, and you do work together with many different companies and people, and it's not a one-man project.
No.
At all. 이렇게 여러 사람들과 같이 콜라보레이트를 했기 때문에 그 학생들을 좀 이렇게 멘토를 했던 다른 어떤 기업의 한 관계자가 한 학생을 탁 집어서 이 학생은 내가 너무너무 마음에 든다. 그러면서 취직까지 보장해줬다고 합니다. 너무 감동적이네요. Wow, you must feel so, like this work is really rewarding in so many aspects.
Definitely. And I think this is something that everyone can share.
Yeah.
Because as professionals in the industry, you can volunteer and make an impact in kids' lives. And to be honest, it's our next generation that's going to really carry us forward. And so it is up to us, it's our responsibility to take the skills and talents and successes that we've had and apply it to the kids in our next generation.
I love that. Making a difference indeed. I'm speaking with Danny Kim today. We're going to take another song break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about that. This is Nora Jones and the Peter Malik Group with New York City. You're listening to Morning Date, and this morning I'm sitting down with Danny Kim, the co-founder of FullArmor Corporation, also the managing director of Quest Institute for Quality Education. 자, 굉장히 많은 얘기를 우리가 노래 듣기 전에도 나눠봤었는데요. 정말 이런 것을 이제 하시면서 뭐라 그럴까요? 큰 보람을 많이 느끼실 것 같고 그 다음에 처음부터 이렇게 많은 성공적인 업적이 있으셨는지도 궁금해요. 왜냐면 얘기를 듣다 보면은 정말 성공이 또 성공을 낳고 이렇게 프로그램 하면서 뭐 나사와도 손을 잡고 뭐 월마트와도 손을 잡고 이런 큰 기업들과 굉장히 성공담을 얘기 많이 해주셨는데 혹시 실패하신 적은 없나요? Have you ever failed at anything?
Everything is all my successes were preceded by failure. And that's what people don't realize is success is built on failure. And you don't succeed when you stop after the last failure.
Just because you don't talk about your failures doesn't mean you haven't failed.
Oh my goodness, I can talk about failure, how long is your program? For another couple hours, I can tell you every moment we failed. And even for the Walmart story, the first time we sent our software to Walmart, I had a bug in it. And it brought down every computer in Walmart in the nation.
How do you go about small failures like that?
You know, it comes back to character.
Yeah.
For me, I have a foundation as a Christian, and I have a set of principles that I live by, and so does my business partners. And that gives me that confidence in the principles that, you know what, we're doing something for a higher cause.
Right.
And I believe that gives us that resilience to get through these failures. And that's how I've applied to and trained in the programs that I've created, both in technology, but also in education.
Right.
Yes, and so without that character to get you through those areas of failure, without that faith and principle, most people fail and stop.
Sure, as I imagine many have done in the past.
Totally. And so yes, you're just hearing about the end results of all the things that have happened. But it is strong with absolute failures. Times where I felt, I would lose everything. My business is at the last edge, the last $100 left in the bank account. And yet we kept our faith, we kept together, and we pushed through. And these are the things that you don't hear about as much because you hear all the great stories of look at all the things that have happened. Yeah. But it's that trial and perseverance and failure and recovery that develops the character throughout, so that you can then go on to the next thing and do it better and better and better. So that's really and actually. Even in college, when I went to Cornell, I was kicked out of school.
Really?
Because one year...
As many people in Silicon Valley
it seems to be a badge of honor.
Yeah, exactly.
And so even then, it's not like I had a stellar education career, right? There was one year I had a big, huge personal problem and I failed all my exams. And Cornell actually kicked me out. You're below the GPA requirement for computer science. And you know what, I came back and I said, you know what, I'm going to struggle, I'm going to work, I'm going to work harder. I had to retake all my classes and I graduated.
Wow.
And so these successes are strong on the ability to get and overcome failure. And so that's really the key here.
Right. 모든 창업과 아이디어와 성공 뒤에는 어떻게 보면은 인성이 있다 이런 말씀을 좀 해주셨는데요. 그 인성에 따라서 실패를 어떻게 접근하고 또 극복하느냐 이런 문제가 달려 있는 것 같습니다. 근데 실제로 정말 많이 실패를 하고 정말 많이 안 좋은 결과들도 있었지만 그럴 때마다 큰 그림을 보자. 난 해낼 수 있어. 이런 좀 믿음을 가지셨었군요. That is outlined in your new book as well. We talked about the school that you went to where you taught children to be innovative through their education. And this new book called 미국 크리스천 스쿨의 성공 모델 outlines that and more, right?
Yes. And a lot of the stories from my business, even my Walmart story, all of those are in the book because it outlines the character and the type of things that you need to know and develop as a person in order to overcome and develop and innovate these things both in the education field but also in your professional life as well.
I think that goes for all professions, not just entrepreneurs.
Totally, yes. And that's really I was a co-author with Dr. Cliff Doherty, who's the president of Valley Christian Schools. And what I saw the opportunity was to present the entrepreneurial element that went into making that school such a success. And so it is now the largest and one of the most successful Christian schools in the nation, in the United States. And so the school and the subsequent Quest Institute, which is what I run,
Right.
to provide these programs to schools around the world, is all born out of this entrepreneurial spirit that was rooted on principles and faith and guidance.
처음에는 정말 이렇게 많은 결과가 올 거라고 전혀 예상을 못 하셨을 것 같아요. 근데 그 대학 시절 때의 노하우부터 시작해서 퀘스트 인스티튜트의 이제 바이스 프레지던트 역할을 지금 하고 계시는데 그 학교를 통해서 아이들에게 혁신을 가르치려는 그 의지, 그 다음에는 실패해도 다시 일어날 수 있는 어떤 그런 내성 이런 것들을 다 합쳐서 이렇게 성공 모델을 만드셨고, 그리고 현재는 그때 처음에 시작했던 그 학교가 미국 내에 있는 모든 크리스천 스쿨 중에서 가장 성적이 좋고 뭐 학업 성취도가 좋은 학교 중에 하나라고 합니다. 정말 대단하신 것 같아요. Wow, so much respect for you. Talking about students though, tell us about a competition you entered with your students.
So we entered, this is a 3-year competition.
Okay.
There's an organization called X Prize. It's an international organization that funds the most difficult competitions in the world. So usually their prizes are 10, 20, $7 million.
Wow.
So their first competition that happened a decade ago was for the first private flight to space.
Oh,
that was
really?
$10 million Enzari X Prize.
Yeah.
From there on, they award these phenomenal purse prizes for technology or tasks that are so difficult that technology doesn't exist today.
그렇군요. 이 X 프라이즈가 주관하는 굉장히 고차원적인 어떤 과학 대회가 있다고 합니다. 근데 말은 이제 대회지만 어떻게 보면은 실제로 적용이 될 수 있는 여러 가지 아이디어를 모으고요. 거기서 받을 수 있는 상금도 뭐 어마어마하다고 말씀을 해주셨어요. 어떤 때는 뭐 수천만 달러가 될 수도 있는데, 예전에는 처음으로 이렇게 private 우주 여행을 할 수 있는 방법들을 찾아라라는 과제라든지 그런 굉장히 어려운 과제들이 주어지는데, 거기에는 어떤 사람들이 참가를 하나요? Who are the contestants normally?
So these are major corporations, research scientists, universities that come together. We have the X Prize that we competed in was a $7 million X Prize to map the ocean floors. And so this task was so difficult that out of 100 applicants, only a few made it to the finals. And
one of those is your team.
So I brought a team of junior high and high school students, 12 to 17-year-olds together.
My goodness.
And of course, when I did this, I got the feedback, you're crazy.
Right.
Don't do
You're
it.
up against professionals.
Totally. And we're like, I mean, it's even laughable to say that we're the underdogs. It was, but you know what? We underestimate our youth. I think that's what came out of this is the kids are coming up with innovative ideas that adults would have just discarded from the beginning.
Right.
Because they weren't told things were impossible.
Sure.
So we were coming up with very innovative ideas, which X Prize awarded, and so we got to the semi-final round of the main competition, and we qualified for the final round of a secondary competition for $1 million. And out of that final round, there was only 3 teams that went to the finals, and we were one of them. And out of those 3 teams, we're the only one to finish.
Wow.
It took us 7 tries in the ocean in Puerto Rico. Each time we went out, we failed. Absolutely failed again. 4th time we failed. 5th time we failed. Every time people around me were saying, give up, it's over, let's pack up and go. But the kids and the mentors were like, you know what, we need to push forward, we need to push forward.
Giving up is just not in the books.
Exactly. The 7th time, on the last day of the competition, we threw our underwater vehicle in the water. It did its pattern. The goal was to search for a chemical or biological signal to its source, underwater. And we were able to complete the task.
And you won.
We went to Monaco for the award ceremony and they announced us the winner. So we are the youngest team in X Prize history to win any X Prize in total. So it's a huge accolade for us. Actually, 2 of the 7 students were Koreans.
Okay.
But the fact that these young people could actually beat out. One team had 80 engineers on the team, and they boasted they had among their 80 engineers 120 years of engineering experience.
Wow.
And we beat them.
And you beat them.
Right? So it's really, we underestimate the possibility and potential of our youth. And I think that's where I keep coming back to. We need to invest more in our youth because they are really the future of our next generation.
네, 누구나 참가할 수 있는 이 대회에 대부분 전문가들이 출전을 하고 수상을 하는데요. 12세에서 16세 사이에 학생들을 데리고 가서 우승을 하는 그런 결과를 낳기도 했습니다. 이렇게 크게 두 가지 사업을 하시잖아요. 우리가 지금 이제 퀘스트 얘기를 굉장히 많이 했고 학생들에게 투자를 하는 모습을 많이 보여주셨고 또 이면에는 앞서 우리가 얘기했었던 FullArmor Corporation이 있습니다. 자 그러면은 우리가 뭐 이제 정보 보호의 날을 맞이해서 because you know it is the day of information protection coming up very soon here in Korea. Let's talk a little bit more about that aspect of your life as well. And maybe some tips for our listeners. You know, when it comes to privacy protection, information protection and all of that, what would be a very easy way to protect your information?
You know, I get a lot of corporations that come to us and look for cybersecurity protection. They spend millions of dollars. But the biggest breach that we see consistently is from users giving up their passwords. Because we don't change our passwords and our passwords aren't strong enough. And so it doesn't matter. It's like trying to secure a house. You can actually secure a house, bolt down the windows, lock the doors, put metal fences around. But if you leave your key around and someone else can pick it up, there's no amount of security that's going to protect you, right?
That's a perfect analogy.
Yes, and so we, as an individual consumer, we set our passwords and then we forget it. Actually, I bet you if I ask the listeners right now, how many of you use the same password for every service that you use, and when was the last time you changed it? I would.
You have one guilty person here.
There you go. See, and that's really the weakest link. Is the area that most hackers will go to. I mean, think about Sony when they were actually hacked and movies were released. That was all done through one breach of a super admin's password.
Really?
That's it. So it doesn't matter how much peripheral security you put into place, one person let go of their password or gets compromised, and now the whole corporation, your company, or your personal life is up on display. So that's really, and it's, you know what, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset that you have to put. You know, we train ourselves to lock the door every time we go out, but we don't train ourselves to change the passwords, which is the key that any hacker, like if you gave me about an hour or two, I can probably break into anything you have.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
That's so scary.
I'm sorry to. Now I have access to NSA level cryptology and programs and things, but the fact that I can
do that
should give you some sign of you know there's something that's that
and I
need
have
to be
been hacked before, I have to say actually. But I mean, so out there, the biggest tip for our listeners would be change your password as often as possible, right?
Yes.
비밀번호를 자주 바꿔라. 이게 가장 큰 팁이 되겠습니다.
And there's programs out there that will actually help you change and manage your passwords.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's, I won't recommend any specific, but there's several products that I use as well.
Yeah.
That all my online passwords are managed through it, and so it logs me in, but it'll randomize my password for me.
비밀번호를 매니지해주는 프로그램이 있다고 합니다. 그걸 활용을 하면은 비밀번호를 정기적으로 바꾸고 그 다음에 기억이 안 나거나 이럴 수도 있잖아요. 그런 것까지 다 매니징을 해주는 사이트가 있다고 하는데 근데 그 프로그램은 해킹을 안 당하나요? Can't hackers get into that program?
Of course, everything can be hacked, but if for the companies that are providing that service, they're very careful, right? Whereas you are not as careful.
No.
So if I'm a hacker, I'm going after you.
Right.
I'm not going after a company whose business is security.
Got it. All right. Well, that's a very useful tip. I'm sure everyone out there, if you're listening, change your password right now. Before we go, what are you currently working on? Something you'd like to mention?
Both for my business. I know one of the things that is unique about my business is what we do is we create technologies and innovate, and then we take it to market, but then we sell it off to a partner. And so right now we've partnered in the past with Microsoft and Citrix and F5. We've now partnered with a company called Micro Focus, and so we're working on securing cloud services. And so that's our next thing is to, because everybody's going to the cloud, but their photos, all your services, and privacy becomes a big issue as well. But because we have so much information about how users behave, we can also predict and secure the system. So, for instance, we can now learn how you behave online. And then if someone did steal your password, and then they may start going into your bank account and withdrawing large amounts of money, those would actually be tracked and say, you know what, that's not a typical behavior for Sue. And we will stop that automatically, right?
And you do that with this cloud system?
Analysis. And so sometimes allowing your behavior to be known and read is a good thing. As long as you can trust the companies, and that's really comes down to trust. You have to make sure the people and the companies that you give your identities to is trustworthy. And so obviously there's been breaches of that trust recently in the news with Facebook and others. But they're learning because consumers vote with their wallets. So you should vote with your wallet. Use the services that you trust, that has been trustworthy, and then they can use your information in a very productive way.
네, 현재 지금 진행 중인 프로그램은 클라우드 시스템, 어떤 동향을 분석을 함으로 인해서 사용자들의 정보 보호를 하는 그런 일에 지금 주력하고 있다고 합니다. Well, thank you so much for that. It was delightful to have you here, and I feel so much more informed. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And hope to have you back on the show sometime in the future.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
All right.